All right, what's going on, everybody? GB Card Stacks here. Going to be breaking down every single college football game from this weekend and how it affects the card market. Whose stock is going up? Who is going down? What does it all mean? Let's just talk about it. Before we get into it, I do want to plug my Discords. Links are down below. Free to join. One is a college football Discord, and one is my personal Discord. Feel free to join both. We've got a testimonial here from Small Town Collectibles. I won't lie, I love this and the CFB Discord so much. I text my buddies that are huge CFB fans, and they don't give a blank as much as y'all do about different games or plays. So shout out y'all. So there you go, straight from the people. All right, let's jump right to it. Let's see what we've got. So first game, this was Friday, Indiana versus Western Illinois. Western Illinois hasn't won a game since like October of 2022. They are terrible, but we've got two guys here. Curtis Rourke did what he needed to do, whatever. They had the run game going. And then Justice Ellison, a guy that I bought into August, just his media day surroundings and all of that, I thought there was potential, very low risk. He was one of the worst price guys in the product and seemed to do okay. So 9 carries, 117 yards, 2 touchdowns, very good. They've got three running backs. Is he going to be the lead guy? I don't know, but he just kind of had the breakout game. I think the week before it was Kalen Black or Tyson Lawton. I think it was Kalen Black who was the lead guy. BYU SMU, not much here. Really, all we had was Miles Davis, who got in because LJ Martin got hurt, and he had one big run of 37 yards, and that was pretty much it. Team looked completely different once LJ Martin went down. They could not move the ball. Retzlaff is not a good quarterback. I think he has cards as well in Leaf, and then nobody really on SMU. There is Keyshawn Smith. He does have Bowman. He's in his Miami jersey, but SMU I'm so down on. So disappointing, to see them put up 15 points and lose to BYU. Duke Northwestern, only one guy here. I think Northwestern has Kurtz, their little wide receiver, Bryce Kurtz. But Malik Murphy here, he's got an arm. He can sling it. Oh my goodness, I don't know why. I've looked this up. This has been happening to everyone. They just get spam and then it turns into this. It turns into spam. Whatever. All right, so Malik Murphy here, 24 for 39, not fantastic, but 3 touchdowns, and he's got a pretty strong arm. Still a sophomore at this point, I think, first year starting, transfer from Texas. I'm not high on Duke. They are 2-0, which is impressive, I would say, for this team, but not a guy I'm buying into. All right, this is just up here because Arizona is one of my favorites. This is not good. We cannot have this happening if you are a potential conference champion. They gave up 39 points against New Mexico last week. Not good. Devin Dampier does look pretty solid, but not good. And then you come out and you're losing 10-3 at one point to Northern Arizona. I haven't checked my personal Twitter. I don't really go on there, but I imagine people are talking, hey, they tried to keep it vanilla, or they're looking forward to Kansas State next week, or all the NAU boys, they all want their offer from U of A, and they're all pissed off and they give them their best game. No, this cannot happen when you are supposedly one of the highest powered offenses in the country and improved defense. This is not good. Big test for Arizona Friday, Kansas State. Arizona has the longest winning streak in the country, 9 wins, but not good. This should not happen. This is very concerning. T-Mac, I think, had 2 catches, 11 yards, and then Noah Fifita threw a pick. You can't throw a pick to Northern Arizona. We'll see. Georgia, man, Carson Beck, 5 touchdowns. The crazy thing about this, he had his 5 different receivers. Crazy. I don't know what that means. I don't know. I would pick Lovett as the top guy. He's in Bowman University. I don't think anyone else has cards. Colby Young is in Leaf, but he's in his Miami jersey. TBD. Trevor Etienne, this is a very Trevor Etienne Statler, I guess, rushing total, 78 yards. In his Florida uni, always tough to sell, Florida, Georgia, but whatever, 45 on the long run. Nate Frazier, a little disappointed, had a good game against Clemson, but only 28 yards, although they did they were just, I don't know, just must have been huge plays, 50, 37, I guess 45, I don't know, only 166 when you're up 48 rip, or 48-3, not good. Okay. Ohio State. Again, I'm waiting for Ohio State to try to, play a decent team here. Whatever is out of their control for right now, sure. But Quinshon Judkins, nice 2 touchdown game, and that's really it. Jeremiah Smith isn't on it, but his autos are so astronomical. Amika Ibuka, cool, almost 100 yards, great. Brandon Innes, hey, I didn't know this. I didn't realize this. 3 for 45, that's great. He almost has as many career receptions as he does recruiting stars. Shout out Brandon Innes. Carnell Tate, same exact stat line. And let's see, they do have some defensive players. Caleb Downs, good to see him at the top. Although you don't want your safety to be one of your top tacklers. Not great unless he's always in the box here. Jack Sawyer, and where is their DB from Saguaro, Denzel Burke? Not here. They did not play. Okay, no stats for Denzel Burke. Next game here, Michigan, Texas. Really nothing, definitely nothing on Michigan's side. They told me Donovan Edwards was the best running back in the country. I don't even think he has 100 yards on the season. Let's check this out. Nope, 68 yards. Not great. No one else here. Again, you went into the offseason with not a lot of quarterback options and did not pick one up in the portal. 3 touchdowns against, what is supposed to be one of the best defenses in the country. That's great to see. And that's pretty much it. Isaiah Bond, cool, 3 for 51. Matthew Golden, 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Is he the guy? I don't know. He wasn't. I didn't peg him to be that guy, but hey, he might be. So interesting to see. All right, Alabama and South Florida here. Jalen Milroe. At one point, he was like 6 for 12, and I was kind of chomping and eating that up. But looks like he figured things out. 2 touchdowns. Jam Miller. He's in Leaf, and he's in the Bowman U product. 56-yard long, which is great. 140 yards on that many touches. Very efficient. Justice Haynes, not super efficient, but still found the end zone. Ryan Williams continues to be insane. He does have the Topps Bowman University Now card auto that went for like $150, I think. Crazy. Jeremy Bernard, I don't think he had a great game last week. Now tied with receptions. Good to see Kobe Prentice with a touchdown there. And Caleb Odom, you seeing him, maybe has like 3 catches right now, but as a true freshman, a little tight end, not bad. And then Jahad Campbell had a monster game. 8 solo attack, 1.5 tackles for loss, and a PBU like that. Malachi Moore, 7 tackles. Domani Jackson could not see the field at USC and is now suddenly a starter at Alabama. Riddle me that. Not good. They will lose games because of him. Byron Brown on the other side. 1 touchdown this entire season. Not good. I understand you're playing Alabama. The talent level just isn't even the same, but not good. 15 for 35, 100 yards passing. Did have 108 rushing yards, but I'm not impressed with Byron Brown, and his prices on his Leaf autos are astronomical right now. Not for me. All right, this game was near and dear to my heart. NIU, I am very fond of them. Worked with them last season. Oh my God, it's doing it again. All right, here we go. We'll go back to it. Ethan Hampton didn't need to do a whole lot, but Ontario Brown carried this game. 20 for 99, 5 yards a pop. Had a decent long run, and then he got it done in the receiving game. He had a route where he kind of got jammed off the line and just kind of fell into the route in the ball, and then I think Grayson Barnes was lined up behind him, and that should have been the receiving target, but he kind of stepped into that, and then a wheel route took him all the way for the touchdown. So good to see. I'm very happy for Northern Illinois. I love Coach Hammock. Christian Furman out of Phoenix. I haven't seen that name in years. Looked at the depth chart and saw him. He was a bounce back. I think he was at ASU. I think he got kicked out and then went to Garden City. I don't remember. Jaden Dolphin as well. Nate, Devontae O'Malley. That D-line is loaded. And then on the Notre Dame side, so disappointing. Riley Leonard, not great. Not someone that I was buying into. He's in a ton of products. He's got a ton of autos. Notre Dame fans were buying him up. It's not good. It's not good. I wonder if Notre Dame fans have seen enough already. Decent. Jeremiah Love looks like a really good runner. I know there's injury concern, or he had some sort of pause, but I don't remember. Bo Collins looked pretty good as well. For only 5 catches, 45, I would have expected better stats while I was watching the game. I would have guessed he was closer to 70 or 80 just the way he was playing. Although he did have some... No? Okay, it was just screens. They were doing a lot of screen game with him, and that does it for Notre Dame. I was so impressed with Notre Dame's win last week, at A&M, and I was like, ooh, I thought A&M was going to beat the brakes off them. I felt that in my soul. And then Notre Dame comes in, beats them, and then drops this to NIU. They've got Purdue next week. Look out. All right, Ole Miss, not much here. Jackson, not disappointing by any means, but just had this ground game going. Henry Parrish, they've got so many running backs. They signed so many of the top running backs, and to have 4 touchdowns from one dude, I mean that's pretty much all you need. And then a nice game. Trey Harris again had a monster game in terms of just yards, and then Antoine Wells found the end zone again, which is nice. Juice Wells, he's in Leaf, so I really like that. And then I think that does it. Fumble, didn't lose it though, so hold on to the ball, kid. All right, this one I fell asleep. I fell asleep during this game at halftime. I just could not hang, and it was only like 8:30 my time. Dylan Gabriel, again, very efficient, I guess, and 2 touchdowns. But Boise State was just, they were figuring it out. They were running all over them. Jordan James, not in Bowman. I hope he is. Noah Whittington just doesn't do a whole lot for me. I want to buy some of his stuff just in case Jordan James goes down, kind of a handcuff feel, but I can't hold myself to it. Hey, congrats, Evan Stewart. 5 receptions for 112 yards. That might be his best career game, and he got a touchdown. I'm waiting for him to have a season where he has more receiving touchdowns than he does recruiting stars. We shall see. Trason Holden, good to see. Alabama transfer. He's in a ton of Leaf products. He's in Bowman Best, and I think he's in Leaf this year as well in his Oregon jersey. But I just stick to Bowman Best, a value guy I was buying in a high-powered offense. Tez Johnson, 3 receptions, -1 yards. Not great, but Evan Stewart was the guy. I like Trayshawn. You can get his autos on ComC for like $2. Licensed Bowman Best. So, and then Ashton Jeanty. Really, all you need to talk about. 9 touchdowns total on the season, leading rusher in America. So good to see. Oh, Cam Camper. They went to him quite a bit. I think he had quite a few targets. I wish we could see targets here in the stats, but Cam Camper, 4 for 52 and a nice touchdown in the corner of the end zone. So good to see him. He's talented. He was a JUCO All-American, went to Indiana. I think he tore his ACL twice and then went to Boise State. So good for him. Penn State, I did not get to watch any of this game. I don't even want to go back. Usually I'll go back and look at highlights, and if I'm really interested, I'll watch the game on 2x speed on YouTube or some sort of other platform. So, and this is the first time I'm kind of looking at their stats. So, okay, cool, 2 touchdowns, interception. This was scary for most of the game here. Singleton and Katron, 100 yards, very balanced in carries. Singleton gets a touchdown this time. You don't know what you're getting out of either of those. Tyler Warren, a great game, one of the best tight ends in the country. Really no receiver. Their receiver last week went off. I forgot who it was, but that's unfortunate that they got nothing going there. Connor Bazelak, shout out. He is in Bowman in his Missouri jersey, I think. I don't know. He's transferred a couple times. I don't care. All right, Missouri. Brady Cook, very underwhelming. I think he has 1 touchdown passing in 2 games. This was supposed to be a very explosive offense. I don't know. Hey, shout out Drew Pine, 6 for 6. Bye, Drew Pine. Brady Cook did have 2 rushing touchdowns. I did not realize that. Someone tweeted at me, and they're like, I had him on my top 10 disappointments list. And someone was like, yeah, at least he had 2 rushing. Sorry, I did not miss that. Marcus Carroll, 62 yards, 255 through a bunch of different rushers. They do try to get Luther. Oh, I didn't realize Luther scored either. Okay, I didn't really pay attention to this box score. Luther Burden, 2 for 21 and a touchdown, but he did not do anything receiving. 3 for 15. I'd be shocked if he has over 50 receiving yards. He has 64 receiving yards through 2 games. Not ideal. But they do try to get him the ball any way they can, so that was obviously a rushing threat there. Theo Weiss Jr., though, look at that. He was kind of an alternative play for me, and I was like, hey, all the attention going to be on Luther. Maybe Theo is going to be open. 13 catches is insane. That means they targeted him, 20 times? Insane. And then 150 yards. Very nice. Okay. Baylor, Utah. This one, Cam Rising was out, I think, by the second half, and I was very concerned at that point. I did think Baylor was going to cover 14. I'm just not impressed with Utah's offense. It just doesn't seem very dynamic. It's just very slow. We're just going to run the ball, throw to our tight end, and that's pretty much it. DeQuan Finn, this guy is garbage, man. One of the most disappointing. I was as high on him as anyone was a year ago, 14 months ago. and he did not do it for me against MAC competition in at Toledo when you have the best team in the conference, and he was not getting it done. 9 for 21 is horrific, and then a touchdown there. Run game, you couldn't get much going. You're not going to get much going against Utah. And then receiving, Michael Trigg, he's had pretty decent season. He started at USC, then went to Ole Miss and did absolutely nothing. He's at least getting in the box score, which is nice. You look at his stats here. I mean, this is a career season for him already. Almost as many receptions at USC and then at Ole Miss in his last year. So good for Michael Trigg. What else is there to talk about? Brant Kuthi, after having 3 touchdowns, only 1 for 5. Not great, but again, they had to have Isaac Wilson. Shout out to Zach Wilson, his little brother, out of Copper Canyon, I think. And then, let's see, anything else? Where is my guy? Oh, that's rushing. Dorian Singer, 3 for 12. Yeah, they're just not getting much going. I don't like this offense. I don't trust Utah a ton. And Baylor stinks. Okay, Miami. 3 touchdowns for Cam Ward, cool. Florida A&M, they are terrible. Their coach left like in the spring to become the tight ends coach at Duke. I remember they were doing like fundraising to try to keep him. Not good. This is not a good program. They tried to get some momentum. They could not. Cam Ward did the thing. Damian Martinez, almost 100 yards and a touchdown. Not bad there. And then Xavier Restrepo, nice game. 4 for 104 and a touchdown. Samuel Brown, a little disappointing with me so far personally. 4 for 35. But again, you just don't know who's going to get it. There's so many receivers on this team. Nye Carr, true freshman. He is in Leaf Products. You've got Jacoby George. He is in Leaf Products. He is in Leaf Products. He is in Leaf Products. So a lot of different guys there. And I think that's good. Oh, Poffenberger. Where did he come from? He came from like a D3 school. Got in a little bit. Okay. Next up, USC. Miller Moss, again, you're up 48-0. You don't need to do much. But his one passing touchdown did go to my boy. Where is he? Mekhi Lemon, 3 for 23. I think someone tweeted at me and said he had the second most targets amongst the USC receivers. So a little screen game in there for like 22 yards, I guess 9 yards, 23 yards total. But that was on the bottom of the field there. Woody Marks, 100 yards. He's been looking good. He's not selling a lot. I think it might be just a name thing. He goes by Woody Marks, but his card says Jaquavius. I think that hurts, and then also just being a transfer jersey. Quentin Joyner, a guy that I buy in Leaf, 10 for 84 and 2 touchdowns. He scored the first touchdown of the game. Something to think about. I don't know. And then, again, this is how deep USC is. Look, Kyron Hudson was the dude against LSU and only has 1 catch for 16. Who's stopping this? Woody Marks getting involved. A lot of running back game. Zachariah Branch, Deuce Robinson doesn't even record a stat. I'd be curious if he saw the field a ton. He's in Leaf Products. Not a lot of people are stopping this. Jalen Royals, good receiver. Okay, NC State, another disappointing team for me. I was like, I'm not a Grayson McCall guy, and he's looked terrible. Looked terrible against Western Carolina, and then looked terrible here, it seems. I didn't watch this game a whole lot. I did go back and watch the highlights, though. But yeah, in NC State, I was like, hey, they've got a pretty easy schedule. They've got a defense. I like Dave Dorian's defense. Look at this schedule. You got Tennessee there, but whatever. Louisiana Tech, Clemson seems beatable. NIU, you should be able to beat them. Wake Forest, Syracuse, Cal. This is a very easy schedule, and they're not going to take advantage of it. It's a shame. Maybe they can. It's only one game, but Grayson McCall does not look like he is the guy. Casey Conception, this is why you don't buy into hype. 3 touchdowns against Western Carolina, I believe, and now just 53 yards in a big-time game. Not what you want to see. Nico, two touchdowns, 2 picks, not ideal. This Dylan Sampson kid, he has like 5 touchdowns already on the season. He's not in Bowman, but maybe he is. Squirrel White was the guy there for a nice 45 on the longest reception there. He's very explosive, one of the fastest guys in the country. Brew McCoy, a little step down from last week. Chris Brazel is in Leaf. Brew McCoy, I don't think is any products. And then Grayson, he lost 2 fumbles as well. Just so many turnovers. He sucks so bad. Okay, OU, Houston. Here we go. Oklahoma's a little, not fraudulent, but they needed 5 turnovers to really put it on whoever they played last week who was so bad. Who was it? Now I got to check. Temple. 5 turnovers. I don't know. Not ideal. Donovan Smith, shout out, he got his completion percentage back up. He was less than 50% last week, I believe. Touchdown and a pick. And then they've got nobody on this roster. But again, didn't really turn the ball over. Just that one. Oh, I guess they had 2 turnovers. I don't know. They got to figure it out. They got too many guys to not be explosive, and I doubt Jalil Farouk being out really affected your game plan that much. Gavin Sawchuk, very disappointing here. Javonte Barnes led the way, and then Taylor Tatum. Is this the kid from like Western Kentucky? Oh, he's a fresh. Oh, that's the 5-star freshman kid. And they have another little running back from like Western Kentucky, who was one of the best. Hasn't really seen the field, but Taylor Tatum was like the 5-star number 1 running back in the country. Dion Burks, okay, he's not in Bowman. None of these guys are Bowman. Javonte Barnes honestly had the best game, so not great. Who do they have next? Tulane. They should be able to take care of Tulane, I guess. That's a tough one. 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 Ugh, don't like it for OU. Not great. All right. This was a great game. This was fun to watch. Alan Bowman is in Leaf. Puts up the yards, but nothing insane. Ollie Gordon, very disappointing game. Didn't score until overtime, which is insane for me. Brandon Presley, I didn't catch this. I didn't catch his rushing touchdown. Interesting. Okay, so he had 2 touchdowns in total and 94 yards total. So good. I've been a heavy Brandon Presley investor. I love him. And then let's go Taylon Green, 1 for 1, about half-ish, a little over half, 416 yards, cool. Jaquindon Jackson is on it, but he's in his Utah jersey. I don't love talking about the on it guys, I guess, when that's their only card, just because those cards the base cards aren't going to sell for much. Not a lot of them have the inserts, and those don't even sell for much. And the autos, if you go on eBay, the cheapest one of all these guys is like $30 for the most part. So not my favorite. Taylon Green, 61 on the ground. Very cool. Arkansas blew this game. It is what it is, and the refs were trying to help him out. OK State survives to live another day. Great. Okay, Kansas State, Tulane. DJ Giddens continues to carry. I think he had 140 last week. Very good. Dylan Edwards, he's on it, and I think he's in Leaf Products as well, but just in his Colorado jersey. Finds the end zone. Didn't have a great week last week. A little disappointed. And then DJ Giddens also with 63 yards. So yeah, almost 180 yards for DJ Giddens and a touchdown. Very good. I like DJ Giddens. This running attack is pretty nice with those 3. And then Mario Williams. Shout out Mario Williams. He's top 10 in scoring right now, or in receiving yards right now. People want to clown on a guy for dropping down when they transfer. This guy's doing better for himself. He's on pace for a career year. Never cracked over 650. He's a third of the way there through 2 games. So really happy for Mario Williams. I bought a Sapphire Auto today just to feel something. And that's about it. If this kid is throwing for 350, though, on your defense in a Tulane team that's not very good as a freshman, I don't like your secondary. So Kansas State, watch out for that. LSU did not look impressive here from what I was told. Again, not a game that I went back to go look, but 6 touchdowns from Garrett Nussmeier. Amazing. This run game. This is terrible. I hurt for John Emery's ACL injury. That is devastating. Josh Williams, he's been there for like 5 years and done nothing. Caleb Jackson is supposed to be the dude. You had 8 carries for 10 yards after this long of 9. Not for me. CJ Daniels stepped it up. Number 1 receiver. Good for him. Kyron Lacey, been having a heck of a season. Balled out against LSU. 3 touchdowns. I don't know if he's like a Brian Thomas type guy and he's going to jump up draft boards after one amazing season, but something to watch out for. And I'm sure Harold Perkins was disappointing as ever because that was not a good move to move him to linebacker. No one from Nicholls State to talk about. Okay. Jalen Daniels, the most disappointing guy of the year, man. I would say 3 interceptions. He wanted to give this game away. I don't get it. Maybe the OC change, Andy Kostelik or whatever his name is, who went to Penn State. Maybe that's really affecting him. I don't know. Not good though. Devin Neal 100 yards again. Shout out him. He did it on like 8 carries last week, and that's it for cards. Unless Kobe Bryant, do you have anything? No. Okay, half a sack. Luke Altmaier, nothing. He's in Bowman. from 2022, the first year of license. Shout out Khalil Valentine, Chandler High product there. This was a great game. I found myself watching the second half of this game and just sweating in my soul, just like I felt with Texas A&M and Notre Dame last week. I was like, Iowa State is winning this game. The talent alone is worlds better, I think, than Iowa. It's just that defense just has you in a chokehold. They were down 13 at one point, and I was like, man, that must feel so insurmountable against Iowa. And they found a way. They had a huge 75-yard touchdown to Jalen Noel. One play, first play of the drive. Boom, just hit him right over the middle. That was beautiful. Jalen Noel, I think, is top 5 in receiving right now. 5 for 133 and a touchdown. I think he had like 120 last week, so good for him. Abu Sama, very overrated. He ran well in the snow last year, and that was it. Rocco Beck, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Not terrible. Cade McNamara, 2 interceptions. Gross. Caleb Johnson, though, this guy was dirt cheap all season, and just I never bought into him because I'm like, it's an Iowa offensive player. Like, they're not going to do much. Even Iowa, I know they sell well, but man, this dude went off 25 for 187. He was busting some big runs, 54, and it was as long. He had several runs over 10 yards. So he was doing the dang thing and almost led them to the win. Jay Higgins, great linebacker there. And Castro, I think, was the one with the pick. They don't have picks. Fumble. Oh, it was Jay Higgins. Okay. You think Castro have a PBU? No? Okay. All right. So Rocco Beck, cool. Jalen Noel. I think he could be real. He had elite receivers at Iowa State. All right. Louisville. Jacksonville State's not good. It looks like they changed their quarterback. Okay, that's good. Who was their quarterback last week? Logan Smothers. Logan Smothers should never play ever again. Logan Smothers, terrible quarterback. I can't believe Rich Rod threw him in. Looks like Zion Turner got some run, but Tyler Huff, they're experimenting. Looks like he was able to run. Tyler Show, just never been healthy. Harrison Bailey, he's also in Bowman. Shout out Harrison Bailey. He's in his Tennessee uni. And then nothing really. Ja'Cory Brooks, hey, this guy was the number 1 receiver for Bryce Young when he was at Alabama. Number 1 pick. He's the number 1 receiver by far, it looks like, until they get back Colin Lacey, who I think is out for like 6 to 8 weeks. We'll see. But Louisville, what's their schedule look like? I just don't like them because of their run game. But look at that. It looks like they had quite a few. Donald Chaney was their lead back. He only had 3 carries. I'm not familiar with Maurice Turner, but pretty tough game here, I would say. I like Georgia Tech. That's going to be a tough one. I'm out on SMU. Virginia could be dangerous, I guess. Kind of a tough schedule. It's kind of shaping up. Before I thought it was a cakewalk. But shout out Rich Rod for benching Logan Smothers. Dude, Kyle McCord, he is tearing it up. I think he's got 8 touchdowns, 9 maybe. He's shredding it up. Ohio State, wrote him off, whatever. I'm glad he's flourishing and doing well. Ron Gadsden playing like the best tight end in the country. They line him up at wide receiver a lot of times, but I think he's had 4 touchdowns this season. He's doing really well. Just cannot stay healthy. Has been hurt each of the last 2 years. So something to think about. Jamal Haynes, not very effective, but did find the end zone. Cool. Where are we? Clemson. Cade Klubnik, 7 touchdowns. 5 through the air and 2 rushing right there. Chris Vizina, shout out Chris Vizina. He sucks. I think Trent Pierman should be over him. He's outplayed him in the spring game 2 years in a row. It's interesting to see Chris Vizina take those snaps, though. Phil Maffa over 100 yards. I love that with a touchdown as well. And then Jake Brinkstool, very good game. Doesn't have any cards, I don't think. Ooh, you know what? He might. He might actually. How do you spell his last name? He might have Brenningstool. Odd. He might be in Sage or Leaf. Yeah, my Mania. Yeah. Not someone I'd buy, to be honest, but very good game. So, there you go. And then Antonio Williams, not bad. He's got a touchdown. Just got to stay healthy. He's talented, just has never been healthy in his life. Oh, lost a fumble. Not good. And then Joey Aguilar, rough, 18 for 41. Very disappointing. Not that I thought that they would upset them or be more competitive. Clemson and their offense, I wouldn't expect 7 touchdowns from Cade Klubnik. So I wish that would have been 20 to 40 or something. App State, I think they're fine though. All right, Darius Taylor back from injury, 64 yards and a touchdown. Good to see. It looks like Marcus Major is going to be the number 2 there. Already has a touchdown. Say Bangura, he was a 8,000 to 1,000 yard rusher at Ohio last year. Doesn't have any cards, but 8,000 or 800 and 1,000. So interesting to see Darius Taylor involved in the pass game. And then I believe no one else has cards. Okay, and Rhode Island not relevant. All right, Rutgers, Kyle Monaghan. I think he's number 2 in rushing yards so far this season. 208 and 3 tubs. Akron is terrible, and it is what it is, and that's about it. Tamir Miller, is this the 6'5" kid? Nope. Okay. They've got someone who's 6'5" or 6'7" over there. This was disappointing for Cincinnati fans for sure. They did not get anything going, and the defense is terrible. Pitt's defense is terrible. I thought the over was going to hit. I think it was 64. Sorsby, though, he's been balling out. He's all they got, though. He is all they have. He's in Leaf products. I buy here and there, but I don't. He's got to transfer again. He came from Indiana. Not ideal. Oh, Corey Kiner, 20 for 149. He's a beast. He ran for 1,000 yards last year. He's probably going to do it again this year. Eli Holstein, solid. 3 and a pick. Not terrible. And I think that's it on Pitt. 10 for 36 as well. Good win for Pitt, though, 2-0. Cincy, both their defenses are going to lose them many games, though. UConn, I think the only person to talk about would be Victor Rosa. Let's see how he did. 3 for 31 and a touchdown. They've got quite a few running backs, and it looks like he might not be towards the top, but I know they've got 2 or 3 that they got to transfer in. They had a disappointing loss last week against Maryland. They got boat raced, and that was not good. No one has cards in that. No one has cards there. Surprisingly, A&M doesn't really, unless you want to talk about Tyreek Chappell, but really not for me. No cards. Here we go. How about my boy Matthew Sluka here? 8 for 17. He's not an efficient passer. Doesn't need to throw for a ton of yards, but just get the ball to Ricky White. 3 touchdowns, Ricky White. 5 for 111. That's all you need. Just throw it to Ricky White. Who do they have next week? Someone with Kansas. That'll be interesting. I don't think you can throw the ball in Kansas. They're going to need Sluka to run the ball. 9 for 70 and a touchdown. 4 total touchdowns. How about them apples on Matthew Sluka? So, there you go. Ricky White, beast. He's going to be limited with Sluka and his throwing ability, but this is where Sluka's value comes in the run. He's like a mini Johnny Manziel, just not a great thrower. Shout out Utah Tech, formerly Dixie State. All right. Auburn's so bad, man. Their over-under was at 7.5 too, and with Peyton Thorne at QB, no, you can't tell me. They got him some toys, right? Cam Coleman, the 5-star kid, Keandre Lambert, coming over from Penn State, Rivaldo Fairweather from FAU 2 years ago. Not for me. Jarquez, 68 yards, okay. No, Thorne did have a rushing touchdown. And then Ott, he got hurt last week. They said it wasn't season ending, and got in. This is pitiful. I didn't watch any of it. I wasn't interested at all. Looks like Chandler Rogers got it, some rushing in. Quarterback transfer from North Texas. He's also in Leaf. Mendoza, no cards. So, disappointing. Good for Cal. Shout out Marcus Griffin, my boy. One of the first guys I helped recruit at Arizona from Bellevue, Washington. Oh, Kentucky. What is going on? 3 for 10 and a pick. I was falling into the Brock Vandegrift hype. I'm like, yeah. He was learning. He was learning behind, Georgia. He was a highly ranked kid, very small school out of Georgia. That's what really bothered me. I think it was a Christian school of sorts. Just a low level of football, but you can't have this. Gavin Wimsatt sucks just as bad. And what do we have here? Dane Key, I guess, your leading receiver. Nothing to Barry and Brown. 2 for -11. Not good. You cannot have that. Lenore Sellers hurt. Robbie Ashford went in. Robbie Ashford rushed the ball a couple times. Raheem Sanders, though, 54 and a touchdown. Cool. I hope he does well. Hopefully he's healthy. That's pretty much it. Mazio Bennett, he is in Leaf Products. I did not know he scored, but I saw the name just here. I'll have to go back and watch because I'm very interested. But I just picked up his 1/1 auto that I need to list on eBay apparently. All right, so there you go. South Carolina, very impressed that they did this to Kentucky. Kentucky's offense or defense should be elite. This offense is disgusting. We'll see. They have College Game Day with LSU. With LSU. Oh, excuse me. Not good. Okay. Here we go. Michigan, Maryland. Not much for us here. Nate Carter, 11 for 59. Okay, cool. Kicked a last-minute field goal, and that was pretty much it. Their top receivers were going bar for bar there. Good to see. Roman Hemby has been very underwhelming. Not good. Not good for his card market. So I was not buying Roman Hemby. It just wasn't for me. He had a great sophomore year, freshman year, and then kind of fell off sophomore year, and then has been slumping ever since. So not for me. Will Rogers and Jonah Coleman are the guys you want to look for. 4 touchdowns. I do want to go back and watch this game. I just like watching Jedd Fisch and his offense. He's so fun to watch. He dials up a really good offense. I hate the guy, though. Jonah Coleman, almost 10 yards a pop. That's what you need to see. Jeremiah Hunter in Bowman has a Cal jersey uni. 5 for 72. That's good to see. And I think that's it. Jonah Coleman also 30 yards on the ground or in the air. Not bad to see. I'm out in Wisconsin. I was like, man, this air raid, they're going to get it with Tyler Van Dyke, rocket arm. So underwhelming. I'm out. Ches Malusi did score twice, though. He's in Bowman. Transfer from, where did he come from? Clemson? And he's in his actual Wisconsin jersey, though. 16 for 60. Cool. But, and nothing from Tawi Walker. Interesting. Wonder if he was hurt. He's in Leaf. And then, what do we have here? Will Pauling. Meh. Again, Luke Fickell is so dumb. He said, I don't want him to be, if he has, over, 70 catches and 1,000 yards, not good for us. CJ Williams, Matter Day kid, transfer from USC. Good to see him score. I don't think he has any cards. But I'm out on Wisconsin. I thought for sure. Man, they could put up some points now. Nope. No one here. Thomas Castellanos, 4 touchdowns. I don't think he had anything rushing. He did not, just 1 yard. And that's pretty much it. Trayshawn Ward, 30 yards receiving, and he did score. Trayshawn Ward, shout out Trayshawn Ward. He's been doing pretty well. Had a great game against his former team, Florida State, last week. I wouldn't personally buy him, but shout out Boston College for putting up some points on Duquesne. Nothing here for UNC, nothing here for Miami, Navy. Jordan McLeod, 4 total touchdowns, I believe. He had 2 rushing. Yep, 2 on the ground. Ishmael Mahdi. Ishmael Mahdi is one of the best running backs in the country, and he's getting out carried by Lincoln Pear. I don't like it, and getting out touchdowned. Don't like it. Texas State has ASU next week. I like ASU in that one. Virginia Tech. Kyron Drones hasn't really been doing much. 1 touchdown and 1 touchdown rushing. No Allie Jennings. I'm curious. Not a game that I went back to go watch, but I will go check to see the status of Allie Jennings to see him. Very disappointing, but hey, a win's a win after you lose to Vandy. CJ Donaldson, the top performer here, is 14 for 125 and a touchdown. Jaheim White also, if he's in Bowman, I would love that. And then Garrett Green, 4 touchdowns total. Nico Markiel did score. I just bought a yellow auto for $24 today. And then Jaden Bray, 1 for 44. And I feel like there was somebody else. Hudson Clement, I would love for him to be in Bowman. And I think that's it. Jaheim White lost a fumble, not good. Okay. Nothing here. JMU, so disappointing. I didn't think they'd really skip too much of a beat. Their coach, Tim Chaney, JMU coach, Bob Chesney from Holy Cross, very disappointing. Shout out Jake Garcia. He's got 7 picks on the year. He went to 4 different high schools and is now in his 3rd college in 2 years. So, 3 years. You tell me. There you go. Shout out Jake Garcia. Nothing there. DJ Lagway torched Samford. We'll see. Looks like they're going back to Graham Mertz next week, so that's a bummer. And my boy Montrell Johnson. Very typical stat line with this, but at least he had 2 touchdowns. Jordan Baugh, a true freshman, I believe. He's someone to look out for. Eugene Wilson with 141. Very good to see that. If he's in Bowman, I would go nuclear. Trey Wilson is what they call him, and then Elijah Badger. Good to see him. He was at Arizona State. His final two schools were Arizona and Florida. Got the Ricky Pearsall treatment transfer, and got a good game here. I think he's very good. These are two very good receivers. Okay. Coastal, I don't think has anyone. Western Kentucky, TJ Finley. I just don't think Western Kentucky's there this year. I don't think this is what Troy. Oh my God. Tyson Helen. I always want to call him Troy. Tyson Helen. I don't think this is. It's not going to be the same Western Kentucky team. All right, nothing there. Cal Poly is so bad. I work with them a lot for my job. I will be going to campus in a couple of weeks. They are so bad, so bad. Nothing here. Hank Bachmeyer, 400 and a touchdown. But Anthony Calandera, yeah, he put the team on his back for sure. Nothing there, nothing there. Just Torrey Horton, I guess. Very disappointing. He's got probably not even 50 yards on the season. 74. Okay. That's at least better. Okay, yeah, he's had 30 yards a game there. Braden Fowler Nicolosi, he's in Leaf. And that's pretty much it. Nothing from Unco. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. UL Monroe. I think their over-under was at 2.5. You got to fire Trent Dilfer. You cannot get blown out by UL Monroe. Jacob Zeno. Jacob Zeno. Not good. Not good. He was supposed to turn it up this year. Shout out Florida State quarterback evaluation. Tayrod my maker at Southern Miss, and then the other kid is at SDSU. Imagine that. 2 5-star kids that Florida State evaluates in there in the G5. What a miss. EJ Warner, shout out EJ Warner. Kedru Jefferson's so bad. I mean, he does. I mean, look at this ground game. They have probably 800 yards rushing in 2 games, and it's RJ Harvey and Penny Boone. KJ will rush a little bit, but really disappointed by KJ. I mean, he's doing what he needs to do, I guess, but for what? All right. Vandy, nobody. Man. To be honest, though, Nebraska fans aren't as insufferable. The Dylan Raiola hype is not quite there. Shedeur throwing his O-line under the bus, all this nonsense. I'm like, bro, just grow up. You are blowing up your draft stock here. Nobody likes you right now. Just be a good teammate, bro. God, it's so frustrating watching him. And then the rushing game. I mean, this is similar to last year. And they had Dylan Edwards, who's a good back. He just only had 400 yards last year. And, of course, Shedeur, he takes so many sacks, whatever. But, I mean, you only attempted 7 rushes with your top 2 running backs. You got to be able I'm choking because I'm laughing. You got to be able to run the ball, man. This is embarrassing. Travis Hunter, 10 for 110. Beast. Will Shepard, it was his time to shine, 3 for 59. You got to have more than 1 touchdown, though. LaJohntay Wester found the end zone. Disappointing, man, for Colorado with all the, offensive firepower. Just no offensive line. They brought in all these transfers. Yuri Walker, whatever, from Jacksonville State. The kid from UConn and Houston. Blanking on their names, but yeah, not good. And nothing. Oh, Isaiah Nair, 4 for 31. Okay, cool. Chandler Morris is one of the top passers in college football right now, but just ugly 3 picks right there. Stephen F. They're one of those teams where it's like wow, Sam Fit. Wow, I didn't know he was there. Shout out Sam. Yeah, he's been around. He's been around. Was terrible at Montana State. Or Montana. Yeah, not good. Did not know he was there. Hold on, Jalen Jenkins. That sounds familiar. Is that? No. Okay, he's always been there. That sounded very familiar. Chandler Morris, though. I mean, they chuck it in this Eric Morris offense. I always get tripped up. Same last name. He chucks it, but he's in Leaf, and I think that's it from this. TCU, Long Island, they give everyone a win. I think you look at the teams who have like 1 win on the year, and it's Long Island University. Nothing really on TCU ends that we'll dive into. UTEP, they're just not there yet. I was really disappointed. They brought in the head coach from Austin P and all their guys. They've been building something pretty decent at Austin P for being Austin P. They just don't look ready yet. Give them a year. Oh, this is disappointing. People were hyping up Texas Tech similar to UCF, and I was never really high on it. I'm not a Morton guy. Taj Brooks, I think, was out, so I think that definitely impacts it. I'm pretty sure, yeah, he was out. Just not good. Josh Kelly, good. 9 for 995. I don't think Washington has anybody. John Mateer, I don't think has anything. And Kyle Williams, I think is their other guy. I don't think he has anything. Okay. Liberty and New Mexico State. Liberty, man. Liberty, what is going on? The number 3 scoring offense last year. I mean, they put up 71 in 2 weeks. Not bad, but they were down. They needed 21 in the fourth to make something happen. Caden Salter, this is not good. This is not good. You just had Quentin Cooley bail you out, and that's pretty much it. I was almost 10 yards a pop, but Quentin Cooley, is going to be carrying. But Caden Salter, man, you got to do something more. Very disappointed with him, and nothing on the New Mexico State side there. Arizona State does not have anyone. Cam Scadaboo, he's in Bowman. Dude, this is what he does. He was an FCS All-American at Portland State, Sac State. And he's a do-it-all guy. He played quarterback, wide receiver, tight end for ASU last year. He did it all. Cam Scadaboo's the truth. And then that's pretty much it. No, I think Raleek Brown is hurt right now. And what happened to Alton McCaskill? Didn't play. And then Blake Shapen, he sucks. Mississippi State's going to suck. There's really not much you can do about that. And then last one here, we think we ripped through that pretty quickly. Maybe, we'll see. James Griffin in Bowman. This kid started at Georgia Tech, transferred to Oregon State, then Ole Miss, and then back to Oregon State. That's what I think is true. Yeah. I don't know how he's still playing with 6 years, but it is what it is. Jam Griffin having a good season, though. I think he had like 130 and 2 touchdowns last week, so good for him. But that is it in terms of card perspective. So not bad, not a bad week. I feel like we flew through that pretty quick, but that's kind of just the overall assessment. Winners, losers. Let's take a quick look into week 3, I guess. Yeah, let's take a quick look here. Arizona State, I like Arizona State to win that one. Only -1.5. I don't think Texas State is going to score much on them. That's a lot of points. I might take Arizona in that, but again, very alarming those first 2 weeks. This is just a game where you just enjoy. Hopefully this is the best game of the week. UNLV, I don't know. Kansas is on fraud watch, so is Arizona. We'll see. I thought Alabama was going to get... Oh, did we talk about Alabama? We did talk about Alabama. Wisconsin, I thought Alabama was going to get tested each of their first 3 weeks in non-conference. I don't think Wisconsin's going to be much of a threat. Okay, State should win. I'll take LSU maybe not easily, but decidedly. I don't know if Michigan's going to win by 24. I don't know if they'll score 24 points. Fresno State's a better team, so maybe, I don't know. Arkansas State, not for me. Okay, I like Memphis. I'm going to take Memphis to win this game. NC State should beat the brakes off of them. Cincy, I'll take that. Texas Tech. Give me North Texas. 11 and a 68.5 over. That's going over. Missouri, they should take care of that. Buffalo, I don't care. I don't really care there. Give me Coastal, though. Temple's terrible. Give me Oregon, I guess. They haven't really looked amazing, but Oregon State's not good. Miami, big spread there. That's interesting. I'd stay away. Purdue. Give me Purdue, 10.5 at home. This one's interesting as well. Give me Florida, to be honest, with the points. Minnesota. That's scary. Nevada, I don't know. I'll stay away. UW for... Don't bet on the Apple Cup. That could be a 13-9 game. You don't know. I don't know. Weird things happen. Virginia. Give me West Virginia there. Iowa over Troy. Troy is just not there yet. They got a rebuild to do. I'll take Iowa. Arkansas. Okay, not much. I might take that. I might. Utah. Okay, cool. Not interested. No, really not interested. Oh, yeah, they're not high on Virginia Tech. That's interesting. Liberty sketchy. That's a big number. I don't like that. Nothing there. Mississippi State should beat the brakes off of them. UTSA is just not there yet, man. They might win by 70. I would take Texas easy. Vandy. Yeah, for sure. Don't really care about these. USF. I'm waiting for Byron Brown to do something. I don't know. They should. Yeah, that's a 28-point game for sure. That's a lot of points. Mississippi State. I'll stay away. I don't know enough. Indiana should cruise. I'd like that. Baylor. Don't like that. Colorado minus 7.5. Rivalry game in where's Fort Collins? Give me Colorado State, to be honest, on the cover. Give me UCF. I know I just didn't talk very highly, but I like the run game there. Tennessee, that's a big number. Stay away. Give me Virginia, upset Houston. Give me Rice, to be honest. Houston's so bad, and I love E.J. Warner. And then, are those really all the games this week? There's a lot of buys already. BYU. Wyoming at home is sketchy, but give me BYU there. They're high on Cal. Yeah, San Diego State lost too much defense in the portal. Not a huge Sean Lewis guy. Fresno should cover. All right, so there we go. That's the week preview for next week. But yeah, this is fun. If you enjoy, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Hopefully you learned something new. Remember, always do your own research. Follow what you believe in yourself, trust yourself, and make a play. All right, peace. Love you guys.